The story of ancient Egypt is not just the tale of one of the world's most remarkable civilizations. It's a testament to human ingenuity, ambition, and the constant pursuit of legacy. Stretching over 3,000 years, the civilization of the Pharaohs rose along the fertile banks of the Nile River in northeast Africa, its roots going as far back as 3100 BC. But how did it begin? What forces came together to create what remains one of the longest-lasting and most influential civilizations in human history? The origins of ancient Egyptian civilization lie in the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt. Around 3100 BC, a ruler often identified as King Narmer, or Menes as some records call him, achieved what seemed impossible at the time. He brought together the fractious tribes and cities of the southern and northern Nile into one kingdom. This unification marked the start of the early dynastic period, and Narmer is frequently considered Egypt's first pharaoh. Narmer's rule laid the foundation for what would become a civilization of exquisite complexity. With the Nile providing the life-giving water necessary for agriculture, the Egyptians developed a sophisticated irrigation system. This played a monumental role in building their wealth and society. The fertile lands produced surplus crops, allowing specialization in crafts, trade, and governance. Add to that the spiritual belief that pharaohs were not just kings but divine intermediaries between gods and people, and you have a civilization rooted in both religion and innovation. As time passed, Egypt entered the period known as the Old Kingdom, often referred to as the Age of the Pyramids. This was the era when Egypt reached great heights architecturally, driven by powerful pharaohs like Djoser and Khufu. King Djoser, who ruled during the Third Dynasty, changed history forever when he commissioned the Step Pyramid at Saqqara. Designed by his brilliant architect Imhotep, it became the first monumental stone structure ever built, a prototype for all the pyramids to come. But the most iconic achievement of the Old Kingdom was the Great Pyramid at Giza, constructed under the reign of Pharaoh Khufu. To this day, it stands as one of the seven wonders of the ancient world, a testament to the architectural and logistical genius of ancient Egyptians. Still, the Old Kingdom wasn't all about grand monuments. It was during this time that a centralized administration emerged, strengthening the pharaoh's control over land, resources, and people. The intricate bureaucracy and social hierarchy enabled the building of Egypt's extensive wealth and infrastructures, such as granaries, temples, and tombs. Despite the prosperity of the Old Kingdom, Egypt's unity began to unravel, and the nation went through a period of chaos and instability known as the First Intermediate Period. But around 2050 BC, a strong leader emerged, Mentuhotep II. His rise marked the beginning of the Middle Kingdom, a new era of stability for the Nile Valley. The Middle Kingdom was driven by powerful leaders such as Amenemhat I and Senusret III. These rulers promoted expansion south into Nubia, securing access to valuable resources like gold and ivory. They also strengthened internal governance, ensuring that the power of local governors, who had previously threatened the central authority, was brought back under the pharaoh's control. This era of revival ensured not just the survival, but the flourishing of Egyptian civilization, setting a foundation for future achievements and securing its legacy as one of the ancient world's greatest powers. What made the Middle Kingdom unique was its cultural renaissance. Art became more expressive. Literature flourished with works such as the Tale of Sinuhe. The Egyptian worldview also expanded during this era, reflecting a greater awareness of the human condition and a shift in their religious thinking. For instance, the god Amun began to rise in prominence. But nothing compares to the New Kingdom, 1550 to 1070 BC, the era that firmly etched Egypt's might and grandeur into the pages of history. This was Egypt's golden age, marked by military expansion, international diplomacy, and some of the most legendary rulers the world has ever seen. It began with Ahmose I, who expelled the Hyksos invaders and reunited Egypt after the Second Intermediate Period. This military triumph set the stage for Egypt's empire building, where the pharaohs would expand their territory into Nubia, the Levant, and beyond. Among these rulers, few shine brighter than Hatshepsut, the most successful female pharaoh in Egyptian history. She focused on trade expeditions, most notably to the land of Punt, and undertook ambitious building projects, including her stunning mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahari. And then there was Thutmose III, often referred to as the Napoleon of Egypt. Under his rule, Egypt became a true superpower of the ancient world, conquering lands as far as northern Syria and maintaining an empire stretching from the Euphrates River to Nubia. But the new kingdom wasn't just about war and conquests. This period witnessed profound changes in religion during the controversial reign of Akhenaten. This pharaoh attempted to overthrow the traditional pantheon of gods in favor of a singular deity, Aten, the sun disk. His revolutionary ideas, however, were unpopular, and his successors, like the famous boy king Tutankhamun, restored the old religious practices. Another name that must be mentioned, of course, is Ramses II, the most celebrated ruler of the New Kingdom, if not all of Egyptian history. Known as Ramses the Great, he ruled for over 60 years, built colossal structures like the temples of Abu Simbel, and secured a historic peace treaty with the Hittites after the Battle of Kadesh, the first recorded treaty of its kind in history. As the New Kingdom came to a close, Egypt began to lose its dominance. Foreign invasions, internal instability, and economic challenges marked the beginning of the late period. Although later leaders like Psamtik would briefly restore parts of Egypt's glory, the nation eventually fell under the control of the Persian Empire and later the Greeks and Romans. By 30 BC, with the death of Cleopatra VII, the last queen of Egypt, the civilization that had once built the pyramids and established empires was officially absorbed into the Roman Empire. But Egypt's legacy endures. Its monumental architecture, innovative governance, and profound artistic and spiritual expression have inspired countless cultures throughout history. The pharaohs may no longer rule, but their contributions to humanity remain as awe-inspiring today as they were thousands of years ago. And so the story of ancient Egypt reminds us of the power of ambition, the depth of human creativity, and the enduring quest to leave something behind that will stand the test of time. A story written not just in stone or papyrus, but in the hearts of all who dream of building something truly extraordinary.